Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome to Talking Shit with your boy Sophisticated Jerkin. Today, man, I want to review this video that I seen with Game God Goldie, and he was talking to the stripper on there. I think her name was Layla or something like that. And it was funny because, the part of this video that I'm gonna kind of go over is when she was just saying like she'll be submissive if she was put into a certain position, aka pay for my shit. And Game God Goldie wasn't having it. And shout out to the Game God Goldie, man. I like his material, and I might have to donate some paper because I don't see how men can keep talking to these type of females. I think I'll hurt my brain cells if I had to do it. So I applaud dudes that's doing this for like everybody else to do the breakdowns and stuff. Yeah, let's throw some paper at them because there ain't no way in hell like could talk to some of these females, man. I'm sorry. Like I could not do it. But just before I jump into the video breakdown, I think this is a good topic because, man, when I first came into space, a lot of guys were goofy just with, I think, female nature. And they just was like, well, yeah, you got to throw money at it. You got to pay for everything. And I was always telling them, I'm like, man, my stance is like, if she ain't submissive from the jump, like you put throwing money at the problem ain't going to help out. You just lying to yourself. You're delaying the inevitable at that point because she just going to take your paper and play a game for a little bit. But a lot of females that say those kind of statements like, oh, I'll be submissive if you pay and this, and they're transactional. Nah, they could go for like about a 3 to 5 years, but they're going to go to their true nature. Once they get over that threshold, they get married or something and they get that document, it's game over. So this is a good video clip that I seen. So let me go ahead and pull this up from, I'll say Game God Goalie. He's definitely knowledgeable with women. But yeah, a lot of guys, they just think it ain't mine. Like, oh, I'm successful now. I'll throw paper at her and she'll come around. She'll definitely be submissive. And we be seeing these like celebrity guys with high status and shit getting wiped out left and right. So this is a prime example of what I'm talking about. But let me go ahead and play it.
You seem like a problem. You seem like the dominant one in the relationship. And you seem like the type of woman that only goes for dudes that you can control. Not a dude is going to direct. I don't even feel like you would allow a man to direct you.
I do.
I don't believe you.
Nothing
Nothing about you says that you would let a man direct you. I feel like it would be too hard for you.
I feel like I am very good at being submissive when I'm put in a submissive state.
What does that mean? Oh, he got to
That
pay
means
everything, huh?
I'm completely
Oh, my
taken care of
goodness.
financially. I'm able to focus on things that are making me better for that person.
So what you
And real quick, I'm glad he let her say it like this because I've been telling dudes this for 3 years. Once you step into a dynamic like this, because a lot of men think like, if I level up, whatever, pay for everything, that's submission. And it's like, no, if she's dictating everything, because you see how she is on this couch right now, and she's like, if he does this, he does this, he does this, then yeah, I'll submit. Like, man, she's running the show. And guys couldn't grasp it when I was telling them. I'm like, dude, you stepping out dynamic like that, you might as well just like put a leash on your neck and go hand that shit to her. Because really, that's what you're doing. Now, they'll make you feel like you're the leader. They'll say that shit out in public. And since a lot of y'all are so lack confidence and so insecure, you'll take that attaboy shit. Like, oh my gosh, she said I'm the leader. She'll get you a leader t-shirt and shit. And y'all just run around thinking y'all like actually got something until like that court case happens and she's sliding that paper over like, this is everything I want. You got to pay that shit. So nah, when women are dictating that, you are not the leader. You are a employee. That's what you are at that point. So that's why I always used to tell dudes, I'm 50-50. They couldn't grasp it. I was like, you know what? Y'all gonna start figuring out why I am the way I am. Because I know these dynamics. 50-50 dudes, you're setting the terms. You're like, hey, if you want to get with me, we're going to work together. you got to invest in this situation. There ain't no negotiation. But when you come into them and you're like, I'll pay for everything. If you're submissive, you lost. I know y'all want to make yourselves feel better and shit, but you lost out in that dynamic. Just go ask a divorce lawyer. If you don't want to take my word for it, go talk to some divorce lawyers. They'll tell you about which dynamic is going to end up better in the long run.
telling me is If a man doesn't pay for your entire living situation, you're not going
It's
to be
not just
submissive.
living.
Oh,
It's
well,
more than
that's a
just-
part of it. I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
saying,
just one
if he
part.
doesn't take care of you financially, then you can't be submissive to that man.
Well, how could I? If I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay for, I have to rob Peter to pay. To what's the thing? I have to just.
Do you see this illogical conversation right here? So you're telling me you can't submit to a man if he doesn't pay for everything? So you can't respect your man and listen to your man if he's not paying for everything?
How am I supposed to Okay,
Keep in mind, this is a stripper. She got a kid. And been in relationships with low lives. And that's why I'm like, I cannot be the guy that signed up for the worst fucking position that a female ever had. If you ain't working with me, you're not showing me there's some genuine, like, I'm gone, man. And so many guys, they sign up for this stuff, like lying to themselves. And it's sad because you see how she's like stumbling. She's like, she can't even get past the money part. Like, man, if you don't pay all my bills, why am I even like taking you serious? But she'll tell you you're the leader. And like I said, a lot of guys will fall for it because she's cute. So guys will fall for the nonsense because most men are just infatuated with beauty and stuck on the looks part. So that's the sad piece right there. Like a lot of guys that don't have a lot of experience with females, they get one pretty chick and they'll sign up for anything. They'll tolerate any disrespect and bad behavior.
this is the whole thing. Like, I'm not gonna say that it's bad because it may not be the best thing. But why would I align myself with a man that does not see himself fully providing for me? Why would I want to lay on my back and cook and clean and shut up and let him lead me, and he doesn't want to fully take care of me? But then there's always going to be options.
So you've never submitted to a man then?
I have.
He paid for everything?
Absolutely. Every man that I've been with has always paid for everything.
You got a man now?
No,
And hold on, my bad. Let me play the rest of this.
right now, no.
Why not?
Because I live in Miami, and I told myself I wanted to be single and learn how to properly love myself and focus on being alone for a little bit.
Tell me what happened in your life.
So before he jumps into that, because that's a good question that he's asking. And I like he did the rundown and stuff. So it's like, okay, every guy that you were with paid all your bills. That's one. And you didn't have longevity with them. They all bounced or you got rid of them, whatever. And if you ask most females, they're going to tell you, oh, I broke up with all of them because the ego and the pride is going to kick in. So that's so it's like, okay, you left all those guys that were paying your bills. So it kind of shows you weren't submissive. And then like what he was asking her, he was the follow on. It's just like pretty much like, why ain't there no longevity? And, you know, you would think you would last with one of those people that were doing that. So that's where she's kind of like I said, when they talk with pride and ego, they keep just running down the list. So now he's circling back with the question, but just keep that in mind. It's just like, okay, if you had all those guys doing that and you were submissive, you know, what was kind of the issue with all those guys that you couldn't stay with? And that's where like a lot of females don't want to say like they're not submissive because really that's the answer. Because it was just like, you know, it'd be different. Say if she was like, nah, you know, I was with somebody for like 15 years or I'm still with somebody. We would have to kind of eat that one because we'd be like, okay, yeah, she must be submissive. You know, she got her situation. She got some longevity with it. But the fact that a lot of them don't, and even though they say they had a prototype of the guys that they're telling every other guy that they need to be like, is telling. It's like, yeah, you couldn't be submissive to say your life. You can't even spell the shit.
Last relationship. Why y'all not together?
It was a great relationship. I feel like finances became an issue. Like he didn't do so well financially.
Oh, listen, y'all hear that? Read in between the lines.
No, but he still was a great guy.
Whoa. I hear you. But I'm just saying, read in between the lines. When the financial trouble started with him is when you said, you know what, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship.
Well, for me specifically, I felt like instead of him relying on working with me to make money when it was starting to get low,
Yeah.
he chose to use his friends. And that wasn't a team
You see
player
what
to me.
happens when your bag get low. And this is why
No,
I say this. Let me tell you something. Let me
Yeah.
give you my perspective. I tell dudes this, right? The reason I'm not going to do anything for a woman for a long period of time is so I know if she like me or do she like my money. Because a lot of people, they get married or they get in a relationship, and as soon as they fall off, the woman is no longer happy because they didn't really like you. They like the lifestyle. If I want a woman to like me, I can't provide a huge lifestyle for her because she might fall in love with the lifestyle.
Yeah.
You know, if you lead with your hand, she gonna fall in love with your hand.
Yeah.
So if I don't give her nothing but me and she sticks around, then I know she here for me. These dudes, they lead with their money. And just like you, when he was getting all funny with the money,
But
you was
he
gone.
didn't have money when he got with me.
So then what was the issue?
I believed in it at first. It was working and it made sense. We had a really good understanding. There were some things we had to work out, and it was still a new relationship. It wasn't that long. It was only like a year.
But see, even right then, she kind of undercut what she was saying because she was like, all the guys have money. But now because she's kind of starting to realize like what Game God Goldie was doing because he was cooking. He was like, hey, man, like, this is why you shouldn't get with females that's transactional and you shouldn't lead with your money because you want to make sure they're invested into you. They're with you for the right reasons. Because and when anything gets shaky, it's not even if your money get low. Say like you're just like, you know what, man, I'm going to start investing money. I'm not going to let you blow this shit no more. They're going to see that as like, oh, well, you're changing the circumstances. Well, why are you different now? And they could want to jump off. So that's where he's painting that picture. So she's trying to walk it back. Like, no, he didn't have money like that. Now, in the beginning, I was ride or die with him. So it's like, okay, well, then that kind of undercut your first position where you said all them people had money was paying for everything. So that's where she's like trying to start jumping through stuff because people don't want to sound bad. But the reality is just like, man, she's super transactional. And if you don't give her what she wants, she's jumping off. Like, and she ain't submissive, but she's going to try to go down that path. So she's going to try to clean it up right here.
Year and a half. But in reality, if he would have chose me as his team player to invest his money with,
Yeah.
instead of trying to
What were you doing?
I was doing the same things I've always been doing, real estate, which I have a lot of experience in.
Yeah.
And I was acting and modeling still, so he could have done something with that.
So you wanted him to invest in
He could have poured into balance, like the things that he did with his friends, he should have done with me, and we would have still been together. Instead, he tried to blame me for the reason he wasn't successful.
Real quick. Yeah, I don't agree with a man blaming a woman for anything. But real quick, you know what's funny to me? It seems like strippers, ex-hoes, ex-OnlyFans always become realtors, real estate agents. Why is this? What is this?
I don't
thing?
know.
You think it's because it's easy because you're a woman and so dudes will damn near buy a house just because they think you cute?
No, I don't. I haven't sold a house yet.
How long you been?
It's because, man, they don't like 9-to-5 jobs. They like niche work where they can come and go as they want to. So that's where I noticed that too. So yeah, they typically try to do that also to bring in more income because, man, I think in their mind, they feel like they could sell a house, like a major one, get all this commission and only sell one house a week. So when you stuck in something like that, because like I try to tell people that be in them sex trades and stuff, they got a mindset like a drug dealer, where it's just like, man, people want that fast cash and they don't want to work hard for it. So that's why they try to look for any, like, I'm not going to say a scheme because realtors put that work in. But like I said, they'll sign up. They'll go try it out. They'll be like, oh, hell nah, that's just too much work. I thought I could only just sell stuff and get some commission and stuff. But yeah, it's that fast money element.
Been doing real estate. So
I've been doing real estate stuff
wait.
But there's different ways to make money in real estate without selling a home.
Give me a minute. So you wanted that man to invest
He didn't buy a house.
In your real estate venture.
No.
And you ain't even sold a house yet.
I
Why
wanted
would he
him
invest?
to invest. First of all, if I have a license and you buy a property and I'm dating you and I make a commission, wouldn't that be your commission?
No.
You're getting that back on the property. Come on, bro. You live with the person.
Listen, hold on.
If he's buying a property with you, you're making commission.
Listen. Why would I buy a house, pay taxes, pay closing costs so you can get a percentage when if you're with me, we could just have this money? Why would I do that?
Because you need to make investments. And it wasn't he didn't buy a property. I was telling him to do. There's a whole bunch of ways you can make money in real estate. It doesn't always have to be buying a home. People always think that that's the case, but that's really not the case. In reality, it's more of he could have done a lot of things with me. Like we could have figured it out together because that's what we were doing. We were figuring it out together.
To me, everything
and he
he
chose to use his friends as his money team instead of his
let
woman.
me
So pretty much what she's saying, what I'm getting, and I think Game God Goldie's grasping it too, she wants him to funnel all the money through her. She's like, hey, you should have used me as your realtor so I could have made some money. I mean, it'd be different if she was like, that would be for us. I'll bring it back. And that's for the household. But she's like, nah, pay me. And she's then trying to make it sound like it's an investment for them. So hell nah. Like God Goldie was kind of saying up front, he was like, why don't you just not charge him a fee and sell the house then? And he could have held on to that paper. But she's like, oh, no, he need to go through me. Nah, because so she could put that shit in her pocket and stuff. So probably when he was shutting her down, honestly, there's probably nothing wrong with his money, but he probably just had boundaries where he's like, man, I'm not about to fill your pockets. Man, I don't work for you. Like, man, we smashing. So that's probably why she jumped off of that relationship, because he wasn't doing what she wanted and lining her pockets up. So she felt like, because I'm giving you some, you should be like swaying all your money towards me and stuff. And he probably was like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing that. So that's why she's trying to paint him now like, oh, he didn't have money like that. It's like, nah, he just didn't give it to you. Because I doubt if he was broke like that, why were you fucking with him in the first place? It's not like all of a sudden he just lost everything. That's rare. So that's why I'm saying, when you mess with certain women, man, they always got to put you in a deficit, because they never want to shine the light on like their errors and their wrongdoings. So it's almost like they got to make the guy broke. He's got to be like, now they're saying verbally abusive, financial abusive. They got to have a negative connotation to a guy when they're wrongdoing themselves. They got to put a negative connotation on somebody else to kind of cover their own tracks. So really, that's what's been going on now. That's why they're getting creative with all the words and shit.
Ask y'all and send in some questions. Rate her her agreeableness 1 to 10. Your agreeableness, and you know what? You got this nice, cute look to you, but your whole personality is just like a problem. Even when we was at this place, I'm like, you are a problem.
Yeah, I'm a problem child.
That's probably why you're single right now.
Never. I could call right now, guys, asking me if I would like to go on a date.
I mean, I get it.
I choose to be single.
I get it. But you don't think that you're like, could be a little bit more agreeable in your personality?
Pardon?
Do you think you could be a little bit more agreeable in your personality?
So I think I could be more agreeable.
Yes. Less rowdy with your energy. Less,
For sure.
man, gotta pay this and pay that.
Oh, no, I'm not changing on that.
Oh, you ain't changing.
A man's always going to be a provider and a protector for me. That's just what I'm looking for.
So you would take a man who's a provider over a man that you actually like? If it would, let me ask you, a man who's providing everything versus a man you have a genuine connection with, you vibe, it's your soulmate. It feels like
too much of a liability.
Ooh, y'all hear this?
Yeah.
Do y'all hear this?
It's a liability.
It's.
I might.
And the other thing with like women, when they kind of go down these paths, like I said, you're always gonna find a guy that's like, oh, they change, I'm gonna give them grace. Dude, once they cross over that, they are, like I said, they'll play the game, but they can't be submissive. Because, man, once they become transactional like that, they only see dollar signs. They don't even give a fuck about, like, I like how he was asking her, like, man, this is your soulmate. This is your dream person that got all these things. Once they cross that, where they're like, no, like, that soul is gone. For every exchange, transactional exchange for dollar for like relations and stuff, man, I'm telling you, it's like their soul gets lifted out their body. And when they get to that point where it's no longer there, like where it's just strictly transactional, you ain't getting no submission out of that. Any dude that gets with this chick and thinks that they're going to have a good long-term relationship, unless you just submit. If you're a submissive guy, you're weak. You don't care what's going on. You don't care if she has like side niggas, like she just drain your pockets. That would be the only guy that could like tolerate it, because he just got no dignity. But anybody else, if you got to drop a dignity, it ain't gonna work, because eventually you're gonna get tired of like becoming a doormat, because that's all she could offer you, man. She's not gonna know how to humanize any situation, and that's the issue. So she's gonna try to spin it as every guy, but yeah, she's like, charge it to the game. You got to have bread to even step to me at this point. So yeah, it's like she's spiritually broken at this point.
I date the guy that I like, but if I have to choose between who's going to be able to be the better candidate, I would choose the man that's providing for
I
me.
love that you said that because I try to tell these dudes all the time, like the woman that you're with right now, she don't really like you. It's just that you're beneficial.
Well, love, I feel like is different. Like dating, I don't know.
Women marry men all the time that they don't really like, but it's like he would be a good provider for me and my
And a
family,
good
but they
husband.
don't really like him, and they go cheat with the
Well,
pool boy and the dude that they do
no,
like.
no. I
In
feel
due
like
time, in due time,
nah.
this dude that you don't really like but's providing everything. In due time, in a 5, 10, 15 year relationship, in due time, you're gonna go want to have fun with that guy that you actually like, and you're gonna do it. Look at you
Me
smiling.
personally,
Look.
no, listen, I'm gonna say
Go
me
ahead.
personally, I have chose to like I've dated really good men, and I feel like even the ones that I was like super in love with, it's very lustful. I feel like that liking feeling is a very lusted thing, and
Yeah.
I feel like the real relationship is built with investment of into each other. Like if I'm pouring all of my energy into you and you're pouring all your energy into me, I'm obviously going to have enough in my head that I do love this person. So it's like when someone does like the cheating thing, like where they're just sleeping with other people, most of the time they're not fulfilled within themselves. It has nothing to do with the financials of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that a man being a provider and a protector should be a man's first goal overall, first and
The
second
first goal of a man should be to be a provider and protector.
and protector to the woman that he's choosing to be with. Now, if you're gonna be with 4 women at a time, you can't do that for everybody. Maybe you can.
Why not? If you got the money to do
You
it.
can't do it the right way all the time. Like it would be half. Somebody's getting the bad end of the stick.
So you
Let me stop right there real quick. So you see with her breakdown, it's just kind of perverse, man, because like I said, she's just super transactional with it. And when she was trying to explain like, and I like what Game Guy Goldie did. Like he kind of came in there. He's like, man, listen, like y'all gonna eventually cheat. And I think there's a good portion of them that's gonna go down that path. Like they will cheat. But I think a lot of them, what they tend to do, like I said, they're gonna get with you. They're gonna write it out. They're gonna get the piece of paper, the marriage certificate, and then whenever the years come, that now they're over that threshold, they got enough time vested with you, they're gonna cash out. That's when they hit up the lawyers, man. They coming for the 401k. They're gonna, they got a kid with you now, so they're gonna get some child support. They've been there long enough where they get some of the properties, businesses, if you ain't protect all that stuff. So that's the other hustle. So everybody ain't gonna cheat, but trust me, they got that exit plan in their mind, man. And that's why a lot of guys be in sexless marriages, because man, with them, they just can't even stomach sleeping with you. They just don't like it. A lot of these dudes, man, and I mean it's sad, man, because I think a lot of guys with our egos sometimes they jump into situations like, why would she even be with me if she didn't like me? But it's just like, when somebody got their back against the wall and they looking for somebody out of necessity because they can't go get it on their own and shit, life's just too rough. They're like, okay, I'll get with this guy. I'll settle for this. But hey, as soon as I see that window, I'm gone. So it could play out through cheating but most of the times what we're seeing now is like, it's through the court systems, like all those different mechanisms, child support, alimony, if the guy's weight is up like that. So yeah, man, y'all just gotta, that's why we always pitch, you better get with the one that's like willing to break bread with you and invest in you and that actually likes you. Cause if not, when they have this mindset, you paying. And every guy up front, they're like, oh, I could pay, if I lose my money, I could just go get it back. Whenever everybody get a divorce and everybody's like getting their divorce lawyers, nobody says that no more. So all them guys that say that shit, their mindset flips to like, how I protect my assets at that point. So that's the piece. It's like, man, we gotta stop being stupid and stay in this stupid shit, and just protect your stuff up front instead of being pussy whipped. Because that's the issue. It's just because their sister's so scared and they lack like options. That's why they just latch on to anything. They almost take this bad deal, but when it goes left, that's when everybody wants to like get their backbone back. I have mine up front. Like, you ain't with me, then I ain't putting my paper at risk. Damn that. We gonna work together. We could build, but if a female's like, I ain't in that dynamic, nope, you got to do all this. I'll be like, you're not the one. Go on and get you a sucker, because I'm not him, And I ain't never had no major issues. I ain't deal with it. I know guys that maneuver the same way that's like older than me. They ain't never had no issues. So it's a pretty solid method. every guy that I seen got taken was in that imbalance where they were infatuated, they pedestalized beauty and all that stuff, and all those dudes got cleaned out. And I could give you like handfuls of guys versus the like 5 that operate like I did. And you'll see the imbalance quick in the difference of the mindsets and how it protects you. So it's almost like I'm 46 now, and all the guys that I seen that went through some shit, it's astronomical to the guys that actually didn't have too many bad situations. And it all boils down to the mindset.
Ever deal with a man who had multiple women? Mm-mm. Why not?
I just require a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if he was, like you said, you want a man that provides? What if he provided your car, your house, your this, your that? Would you allow him that?
One of my love languages is quality time. So if I wasn't getting all of his quality time, then I wouldn't be.
But a high value man don't have a lot of time.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay, a high value man.
You don't have to be in somebody's space 24/7, but like majority of that 12 hours of the nighttime would be with me when you're off work. You know? I need it. That's how it's gonna be.
Let me ask you a question.
What's about it?
Rate yourself 1 to 10.
Overall?
Looks, just looks.
Just looks?
Yeah.
I'd give myself a 9.
Give yourself a 9.
Yeah.
Rate yourself 1 to 10. Personality, looks, everything combined.
I give myself an 8.5.
Why you drop from a 9 to an 8.5 when it comes to who you are?
Kidding. I look at myself as a 10. I always look at myself at a 10, but I do know I need work in a lot of different aspects. I don't think I'm perfect. I think I'm pretty close to it.
Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. Where do you need work?
I have a mouthpiece. You know, I can say a lot. I talk too much sometimes. Sometimes I need to learn to shut up.
You know, and that's why you should do podcasts and start your own podcast. Because you talk a lot, and that's good.
So pretty much she says she's gonna shoot off at the mouth. You don't make her mad, she cussing you out, which is another thing that undercuts the submissiveness. Not saying you gotta be stand still and let people like diss you and stuff, but yeah, when people say it like that, yeah, you know they got some mouth on them. But all right, y'all, man, I'm gonna stop it there. I just wanted to go over that clip because I thought he did a good job asking them questions and kind of highlighting, you know, that whole when they make that statement, oh, I'll be submissive if you pay for everything. He was pulling out the information in a, you know, clever way because you can't always be too direct. So I like how he was just doing it in regular dialogue and stuff. So it definitely shows like homie's comfortable with like women and stuff and having those conversations and shit. So, she was comfortable with him too. So that's why I like this podcast, man. He definitely got some good material. Like I said, I got to send him some bread because I couldn't do it. so shout out to all the guys that's like having them tough conversations and losing brain cells. I'm gonna start making them round, dropping some bread on y'all. But all right, y'all, man, peace. I'm out of here.